Well, we saw this one coming down the turnpike, to tell you the truth. Ever since dating apps started, like way back in the day, e- ever since they started way back in the day, you seen this coming. And as far as the asking for money and shit like that, hold up, let me get this out of here. Yeah, we as far as asking for money and all that shit. I mean, even with Tinder, people used to give Tinder so much credit back in the day. Like, oh, I went to this other country and I met this woman on Tinder, and we did this, we did that, and it was great. And I remember sitting and thinking, I always had my reservations about it. I always had my reservations, like you never even know. Like the people that own these companies, they set up these bots on purpose just to get engagement. And all these lonely guys out here, all you lonely dudes out here that's thirsty, you got tumbleweeds crawling in your mouth. That's how dry your mouth is. That's how thirsty y'all be acting. Thinking you talking to a female, they send you a couple pics that they plucked out of off of Google somewhere, and you thinking you talking to her, and it could be another dude on the other end of the line. And then, like the lady just said, next thing you know, they're asking you for money, they're asking you for crypto. This is why y'all need to get in the practice of bettering yourself. Because a lot of y'all act in a form of low self-esteem. And when you get on these dating sites, these so-called dating sites, after a few sentences, they sense that out of you. So they just dangle the carrot in front of you just long enough for you to empty out your pocketbooks. And a lot of you guys have seen that video of the guy. I guess he's supposed to be a comedian or whatever, but he wasn't joking in the sense that he went on a date, or he tried to go on a date, had his flowers, talked to this girl for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and he thought he met a sincerely good woman. And his words, his other half, he thought they had a bond. So he made reservations to this restaurant, bought some flowers, went to the restaurant, and she stood him up. And he sounded like he was on the verge of breaking down. Like he was tearing up. I was feeling bad for him. But these are the kind of guys that would end up on these dating sites being taken advantage of by an AI. These AI influencers, this is not something that's brand new. I think they were in the making even in the beginning stages of the very first dating apps. They was used to drive traffic. And now it's being like the cat is out the bag. It's more out in the open now. So you got this AI influencer who's on a celebrity app. It's not even a real person. I'm gonna leave a link to this article in the description box so you guys can read this for yourself. This virtual influencer Myla Sophia is garnering the attention of men on social media, posing in tiny bikinis, gorgeous gowns, and even golf attire. There's only one catch: she's not real. The Finland-based influencer openly discloses on her platforms that she is an artificial intelligent bot. And on her website, Sophia is described as a 24-year-old virtual influencer and fashion model. However, that has not curbed interest with some social media users indicating they wish to meet her in person. Now, for those people out there who are saying that, clearly they have some deep rooted, deep seated issues going on there. I don't know who's in these people's lives. Do they have people that they can talk to? Because if this AI bot is admitting that she's an AI bot, it's admitting that it's not real. I say she with air quotes. If she's admitting that she's not real, what kind of guy would still be saying, I want to meet you in person? Clearly, this guy has some issues. These are the kind of guys that, you know, go to movie theaters and hurt a lot of people. These are the kind of guys that go to schools and hurt a lot of people. So it is a deep-seated, a deep-rooted problem in society. And see, as much as I get on these bras for doing outlandish and debaucherous shit that they be doing, I'm gonna call out you dudes too on the BS that y'all be doing. On the bullshit y'all be enthralled in. Because a lot of y'all need some fucking help too. You know how they say a broke clock is right twice a day? Well, every now and then, as crazy and unrealistic as these modern women be sounding and saying the stupid shit they be saying, every now and then they say some shit that's actually true about you dudes. Especially you over the top, over Niagara Falls, thirsty ass dudes. You dudes that have a cactus growing in your mouth, just ultra thirsty. Y'all gotta get a grip on yourselves. Cause you're making yourselves look really bad. And I'm talking to you dudes who know you're talking to an AI bot and you still want to meet her in person. Come on. Come on, bruh. And this is who these AI bots was created for. These lonely guys, to take advantage of them. And on the other end, there's probably a guy who's very good at AI programming and shit like that. And he's going to be the one fleecing you for all your money. Basically giving you a fantasy. And it's not real. But your bank account is real. And as he's emptying out your bank account, he's just sitting back laughing at you. And it's kind of sad, but a lot of you guys need some harsh truth. That's the only way you're going to be able to heal. These dating sites have been fraudulent since the very beginning. And for those of you that actually met somebody on there, it's a needle in a haystack, a dime a dozen. And that's because the woman on the other end, she was socially awkward also. Because she didn't work on herself. So you both ended up on the same dating site at the same time. You happened to cross paths. You reached out to each other. And like a needle in a haystack, that's how that happened. But it's not the norm. It's the exception to the rule. But y'all need to learn that before somebody use one of these fake AI bots to take all your money. Because that's what it's going to. Scams and fraud is about to go through the roof.